Hello everyone, my name is Wendy with Winja Change Ministries, and today is May 5th. It is the 5-5 portal. 5-5 is the angel number for 5-5 has some significant meaning because it represents significant change, okay? Now change could be positive or it could be negative, all right? And so it's very important when you go into the 5-5 portal, okay, that you have intentions that are, that you go into it with clear intentions, all right? And to hopefully change your life for the better. That's the goal, all right? And so in preparation for 5-5, what you need to do is identify problems in your life. You know, they might be patterns that you keep repeating. They might be people who are toxic to you, and just different things, and you get rid of those things. And when you do, you will go up. And if you choose to ignore the signs, then you will go down, all right? So that's the importance of this portal, okay? So because it is so, there's so much transition, it's in the tarot deck, it would be identified as like the Tower card, okay? Now, the Tower, what does that symbolize? Well, biblically, it would be the Tower of Babel, okay? And the Tower of Babel, let's think about this for a moment. You've got all these people that want to defy God. They want to wrestle with God, right? They are arrogant and they want to wrestle with God. And so they build this tower to make warfare with God. Okay, now this represents a person's ego. See, because the ego is, it is like the little bad aspect of yourself. Okay, now it's good to have ego if it's in check, but if your ego is going against the will of God, then God's going to cause confusion, right? That's what happened with the Tower of Babel. He's going to cause confusion. And then that tower is going to crash and burn, okay? So the 5-5 portal has some very, very important message. You can use it to your advantage. You could be proactive and get rid of things that are toxic, bad patterns, or you can keep following the same pattern and God's going to cause a transition in you because you were not proactive, okay? And that transition might not be fun to go through. All right. So that's the importance of today. Now I'm going to use myself as a real world example of this, okay? So I have been in a relationship with somebody that has been very toxic to me, okay? It's been very toxic. And so because this person is toxic to me, this person is vibing low, okay, compared to where I'm at, because I have to lower myself to interact with this person, all right? This person is toxic to me. And toxic people cause other people, the good people, to try to find ways to comfort themselves because it's so draining. Excuse me. It is so draining interacting with toxic people that a lot of times you'll go outside of your normal behavior to try to compensate, to lift yourself up. And so toxic people can cause you to go and eat toxic food, comfort food, right? I'm an anxiety eater. I know this about myself. Every relationship I have ever been in that once it turned toxic, oh my goodness, the weight piled on, okay? And I have gained a lot of weight since being in this toxic relationship. And so now here I am at the 5-5 portal, and I recognize that I'm going to have to cut the string with that person who has been toxic to me. Okay? And when I cut that dead weight that has been keeping me down, oh baby, oh baby, now all this stored energy that I have, right? All this fat that I have gained from the trauma, now all that energy is going to shoot me to the stars. All right? So, and I've been through this a few times. I know what I'm talking about. So, I am looking forward. I have already cut cords with this individual, and I'm really looking forward to what God has in store for me, as I enter this next phase. Well, this individual was a potential companion, a potential counterpart. All right? So it's very hard letting go of a potential counterpart. All right? But I was told that if I would do this, just let go and let God, then God would bring in the new. All right? Now, maybe that person will change. Maybe he will become a new version of himself and ascend to a higher level with me. Or maybe he will settle for someone that is a little bit more low vibe. Okay? Now, let me explain something to you. God already crowned me. All right? He has already crowned me. If you haven't seen the video and the miraculous way that God did this, then I encourage you to go back and check it out, okay? God crowned me. And so that means I am a queen bee, okay? And as a queen bee, I resonate at a high level. Have you ever heard the buzz of a bee? It is zzz, right? It's very high pitched. Now, a lower sounding flying creature would be a fly. And they have a different, if you'll pay attention, their buzz is a little different. It's more like a, okay? It's a lower frequency. All right? Now, currently, I recognize that this potential counterpart is resonating at the fly stage. And this is why he has been such a drag on my personal spiritual journey, okay? He has been weighing me down. He has been toxic to me because I'm a queen bee. And so when I dip down to his level, well, it's draining, okay? I have to compensate. It causes anxiety. I want to reach for something to compensate for this, okay? So, yes, I have dropped this individual. Now, he can become the new, just like I am, all right? He can become new. He can use this 5-5 to raise his frequency and become compatible with me, the crowned queen bee. He can do that. Or he could settle for a lower frequency counterpart. That's his choice, all right? And I'm perfectly happy with whatever he chooses, all right? Because I want someone who chooses me for who I am, who recognizes me as the queen bee. Now, it's really kind of funny. God never should have had to go to such extremes to show who I am for this guy to recognize me and to value me. But God is good, and he has raised me up, okay? So that it would be an example. And so that I can show other people, how to live their life. I know that there are a lot of divine feminines out there who are stuck in some kind of a soul contract, a twin flame soul contract with guys that don't see their value and will never see their value. And it causes those wonderful women to lower their frequency and be sad and to be depressed, waiting for this guy who just won't meet them on their level. All right? Who doesn't see the value in them, doesn't treat them like the queen that they are. All right? And so, this message is for you, sweetheart. All right? Dump the dead weight and rise and become the new you. Now, I am very excited. Now, I knew that by dropping this dead weight, it was going to be a catalyst moment, that it was going to cause some kind of a ripple out into the atmosphere that would bring in the new. All right. Now, like I said, it might bring in this guy at a new higher level, at a new higher frequency. It might do that, or it might bring in an older person, someone further in my past. It might bring them back in for a redo, right? And allow me to see where we are at now as we have moved forward with our life's journey. Where are we at now? Are we resonating on the same frequency? It's possible that a new person from the further past might show up, or a brand spanking new person might show up, okay? Brand spanking new. And so it's scary cutting the cords and letting the dead weight fall. It's very scary because you don't know what to expect, all right? And so, but I did have a dream this morning that gave me a little bit of clue of the train of thought that God has. So I dreamt that I was on my cell phone having a conversation with somebody from my past, a gentleman from my past. And in this cell phone conversation, both he and I were enjoying our communication just like we used to in the past. We used to communicate on the cell phone, all right? Because we've never even met in person. And it was completely over the cell phone, over online. But we really needed each other in the past for that specific period of time. This was during the when the shutdowns was all happening and everything, and or in that time frame. And there was a lot of confusion in the world. He needed a friend, I needed a friend, and we connected and we supported each other. All right, we were each other's support system. But that relationship never materialized into the real world. Life got complicated. He did his own thing, I did my own thing. Well, I had a dream with him this morning, and we were enjoying our conversation over the phone, and then all of a sudden I got a text message from this current guy, this current potential counterpart. I got a text message from him. I didn't even read it. I just said, oh, he just wrote me. And the other guy, who I will call Azizati, he said, Wendy, delete it, burn it, get rid of it. Don't open that message. Don't let anything else come between us again, old friend. And that was a message from his higher self. Now here in the 3D, I don't know what's going on in my old friend's life. I don't know. But signs are good that we might have a redo coming up. So, Azizati, this is to you, sweetheart. I hope to meet you again in the 5D. I love you, and I want to thank everyone for watching. Yes, please, please drop the dead weight, ladies. Become the better you and attract a better man. My name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change.